In this lesson, we're going to be taking care of the collision events for the particles being shot out of our stun gun, as well as setting up a function to check to see if the amount of health our enemy has reached 0, and then changing its state to be disabled. So let's go ahead and get started with that. I'm going to open up scripts, and we're going to make a new one, and it's going to be called stun gun collision. And I'll go ahead and open that up. And now the first thing we're going to do here is, since this is a particle collision we're looking for, we need to use the onParticle collision function. So that is just void, and then capital O for on, and then particle collision. So this is a function, of course, set up in the Unity engine we can just access and use for particle collisions. And it requires a game object and something to store that game object in. So I'll just say call it other. There we go. And now what we want to do here is we want to check to see if the game object we collided with, so other, we need to see if its tag, so .tag, is equal to enemy. So we're checking to see if the game object has the enemy tag, so if it's an enemy. If it is, then what we need to do is first set up a little bit more stuff in our enemy behavior script. So let's go over that really quick and take care of that, because we want to have a variable we can access. It's going to be public, so we're going to be accessing it from over here, and it's going to be a let's see, let's make it a int, and it's going to be health, and of course that will store the health for our enemy. And now what we want to do is we want to access our enemy's health from our stun gun collision script. So I'm going to say other, because we are storing whatever our enemy tagged object is right here. I'm going to say other dot, and I want to get the component that is our enemy behavior. Now, unfortunately, our collision is happening on this object here. See the one with the capsule collider? That's what what other is. It's actually this object here. Now we can get other's parent and get a component from it just by using a different function. So other dot get component in parent, and then we can just do the same sort of thing. So enemy behavior, and then the parentheses, and then we can access, of course, the variable by saying dot health. Now if we want to do the shorthand for just decreasing it by 1, you say minus minus, and there you go in the line. So that will decrease the health by 1 every time this line is run. So cool, I'm going to go ahead and save that. Let's go back over here into Unity, and I'm going to assign this stun gun collision script to our particle system. This is the one that, of course, shoots out from the stun gun. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the tag for the game object that has our collision occurring on it. So I'm going to go up to the tag in the inspector, say add tag, and then the tags drop down is open. It says the list is empty right now. We can go ahead and add one just by pressing the plus button there. And then I want to change where it says new tag to be enemy. Cool, so now we have that tag. So I can go ahead and click on this game object again with our collider on it and change the tag to be enemy. Cool, so we have that taken care of now as well. One final thing I want to do is go over to our game object with the enemy behavior on it, and I want to change the health. I'm going to make it 10, just so we can see it sort of going down, like we would maybe want it to go in the actual game. You know, maybe start with 10 health, then we can send to 0. That's when we disable it, so that looks fine. I'm going to go ahead and play, and we can watch that variable as soon as I start shooting at the enemy. So let's go find the enemy. And yep, that is working very well. We can see that our the health of our enemy has gone down quite a bit, down to -6 actually. So let's go ahead and go back over into MonoDevelop, go into enemy behavior, and now we're going to want to set up the ability to see if our health is gone down enough, then we want to go ahead and set our state to be disabled. Okay, so first off, we're going to have to add something new to our states. So we have patrol and pursue. I'm going to add a new one by putting a comma here and saying disabled. So there we go. We have a new state we can use. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to make a new function, and this new function is going to be a void function. It's going to check if dead, so we're going to call it check if dead. And there we go, we have that created there. Now, what do we want to do here is that we want to actually check to see if our health is less than or equal to 0. So yeah, basically if we have no health or even negative health, then of course we need to then we're dead, so we need to deal with that. We also want to go ahead and check to see, so we're not repeatedly telling ourselves we're dead. I'm also going to say and the state lowercase 1, because that's the variable we made, of course, is equal or not equal to, not equal to in the class or the enumerator type state dot disabled. Okay, so make sure that we're not already disabled, and also if the health is less than or equal to 0, then what we can do is we are going to set our state to be equal to the state type of disabled. And we'll do more in here in a little bit, but for now this is good. So we got that. Now we have to go ahead and actually do this check. So let's go ahead and copy this, and we'll put it at the end of our two current states. So at the end of pursue, we need to see if we're dead, as well as at the end of patrol. So there we go. So make sure we put these at the end. It's sort of the last thing we can do is like we do everything else we need to do, then we'll see if we're dead. That's a good order to do it in. And with that, I'm gonna do one last thing. Is we're going to just go in here into the update and add a new else if, and then we're going to check to see if state is equivalent to state dot disabled. If it is, we're going to just right now print dead. Okay, just to test this out, make sure it's all working. So let's go ahead and save that. Go back over into Unity here and try this out. So once okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and try this. Go ahead and find our enemy. Shoot it a bunch, and yes, we got dead down there. So very good. That's it for this lesson. I'll see you in the next one.